Hey there, it's Pete. Hey there, it's Pete with GCI Turf. I hope you're having a great day. And I don't know what you're gonna watch first. Now I want you to understand something that and I apologize. I've still got some kind of a cold here, but my timeline isn't real time right now. Okay, you're gonna watch videos in November and December that were done back in July and August. I just done a lot of filming, didn't have time to edit them. So I don't know if you're going to watch this actual renovation work before this video or not. I have no clue. It just depends on how much time I get. But for those of you that's new and are just kind of tuning in with me, thank you for watching, subscribe and all that stuff. And what I've done here is I've taken on my neighbor's yard. Okay, she's got an acre lot, 2,500 square foot house, driveway, sidewalk. So the rest of it's turf grass. Turf type tall fescue. The first half of the backyard, let's look at it. The first half of the backyard's pretty good shape. I put it on the Academy program and it's jamming right now. Looks really good. Growth has slowed down tremendously because we're cooler. Don't freak out, that's completely normal. And then the back half back here was just nothing but crap. Okay, just junk. So I killed it off using my renovation guide, and that's kind of our niche, is we do tons of renovation work. And I killed this off back here, and it's coming in so-so. We've had 2 hurricanes. I've done the actual renovation work between the 2 hurricanes. So the second hurricane did hit this, and man, the grass popped out of the ground like crazy. But I also got some washing, and it's to the point to where I don't have to regrade anything, because when I did this, I actually used a power rake on it and graded it up. I don't have to regrade anything, but what I am going to do is just replug it with a standard typical core aerator, put a bunch of little holes in the ground. I may go over it a couple of times, and I'm gonna reseed it a little bit, maybe a 6 pound per thousand rate, not a lot, maybe 4 pounds. And then I'm gonna have at it back with the watering. I'm gonna throw some RGS and microgreen on it, because I actually put the Academy, well, in the other video you'll see I used Green County fertilizer, starter fert on one side, this other fertilizer a guy gave me in the middle, and the Academy fertilizer on the outside edge. And so I got plenty of nutrients in the ground. I'm just going to hit it with a little RGS and some microgreen. So and then I'm just going to do basic standard core aeration right over here. Now here's something right here. See this yucky spot? It's kind of like that all the way up through there, because when I graded this off, excuse me, all the dead material, I used the landscape rake and pushed it up in a pile over there, thinking I could push it down in the woods and scatter it and blow it, but it was more than I expected. So I know I'm talking real fast. I sound like Alan now, don't I? I had a big pile over there, and so I had to hire a bobcat, because of course I've got the bucket for this Ventrac, but it can't pick it up and put it in a dump truck. So that's where the bobcat used. So he tore that section up. So I'm gonna have to refix that. Man, it was some gorgeous grass too, and it's dead as a hammer now. So here we go. Now let me say this right quick. If I had all the money in the world, I would probably just come out here and throw a little bit of grass seed on it and top dress it with peat moss, or some compost or topsoil or something to cover the seed up, to kind of protect it from a frost that might happen in the next few weeks or whatever. But I ain't got it like that quite yet. I did play that lottery though. It's like $1.6 billion. And my father-in-law, I don't do that stuff because I don't like gambling my money away, because I work hard for my money. I want to keep it in my pockets, right? But my father-in-law made a great point while I was at the GIE. He said, man, he said, you could win that money, and you imagine the people you could help with all that, and you would never have to do anything ever again. So he said, you know, you have no chance to win if you don't play it, but you got a couple of chances to win if you do play it. So I spent 20 bucks on it. So hopefully I win and get filthy rich, and then I can just make videos every day. I mean, I'm good with that. Would you be good with that? I can roll with that. 1.6 billion. I can buy a lot of permagreens with that kind of money, right? I mean, I can buy a lot of Ventrax and permagreens with that kind of money. So here we go. You can see this side over here. This is kind of the yucky side. It didn't come in all that great because I think it washed. But look, the further you get over here, I got more and more and more grass. And of course, I have not been able to water this like I wanted to. Look at that bluegrass. KGB. KGB. Kentucky. No, KGB, I think that's something to do with the Russian government or something. KBG, Kentucky bluegrass. It's coming in good. Got some crab, but I ain't worried about that, the frost to get it. I did all this in another video you'll see at some point. But remember this spot right here where I had that row of straw? Look at that nice straight line. I could mulch that if I wanted to, but I don't want to. I didn't spend enough money out here. I done love my neighbor above and beyond this year, I believe. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna old school this. I'm gonna go over it a couple times with a plugger and see how it tears it up. And if it don't do all that great of a job, I got something that will. So lots of questions about how late can you seed. Well, here in Carolina, North Carolina, you guys, we seed on into November and go back and spot seed, you know, places that didn't come in all that great, and our climate allows us to do that. So it's not an actual date on a calendar. You can't look, I get folks wig out. It's too late to seed. Well, some of our best seeding jobs are done late in the year. It's cool, you get a rain on it or you water it a couple of times and the ground holds that moisture better because it's not screaming hot, okay? I'm not gonna really fertilize this. I'm just gonna seed it and put a little microgreen and RGS on it and be done with it. We'll keep some water on it and see how that works. All right, so there we go, back on track. Man, I'm telling you what, I'll have to do kind of a recap of the year, of the fall, actually. Well, kind of the whole year. My gosh, man, you talking about just anything and everything could have went wrong, went wrong this fall, as far as scheduling and timing goes. But I'll get into that and tell you about that in a later video, and just now starting to get back on track. So got my water going, and this will take about 2 weeks, and I should have some new grass coming up. So hey, it ain't too late. If you got some spots in your yard and your climate's anything close to North Carolina, get out there and fix those spots, because remember, springtime in my opinion is the absolute worst time to put seed on the ground, because you got pre-emergence going down and you're going into the summer. Okay, I want this turf up now in the next couple of weeks or so I can push those roots and get those roots to drive deep so it's prepared for next summer. I don't want to do it in the spring because the turf don't have time enough to do what it does to mature to get ripe for the summertime. That's why a lot of folks plant grass in spring and it checks out. So there you go. Y'all have a good one. Check you later. Got my water going on that bluegrass. Getting that little section right there to come in where it washed out a little bit. Dang mess right here. Dang it. I had to change the hose I used with these big sprinklers because that small little Flexzilla hose was having a hard time pushing the volume to it. So I changed. I got this hose right here. And boy, she'll tote the mail now.